the snowblowers out to mark up the lines. And we have UBC kicking off to UVic here as we begin this championship game. Beautiful kick there by UBC.
Chris Micheletti in the middle there with the pink shirt. 2 assistant referees on each sideline. UVic with the ball right now. Blocked? Unsure, couldn't tell from the screen. We are watching the exact same screen that you are right now.
And a nice box kick there by Chris Gamage.
Chris Gamage, one of the players to watch for UVic. Calgary Saint project, came through that age grade program. His brother Alex Gamage also involved in rugby at the U18 level with Canada. He's really got a reliable boot, as we just saw there. He had 32 points on the season, 10 conversions and 4 penalties. First line out of the game.
Nice ball here for UBC. Forming that maul, but UVic says no. They are going to do a great job stopping that, but UBC coming out. Nice peel away from that maul. Oh, and somehow Chris Gamage comes up with that ball. It's so hard to see that white ball amongst all this white snow.
Chatter on the YouTube channel going wild about the snow. The Snow Bowl, Sebastian Degan, thank you for that. The Snow Bowl is on here at the Canadian University Men's Rugby Championship. This is a non-U Sport event run entirely by volunteers, and then the host, Queen's University, doing an enormous amount of logistical work putting this together.
We have first scrum of the game here for these BC teams. Unfortunately, with all the snow on the ground, I know Type 5, the traction in this scrum will be really tough, so we'll see, be able to hang on here.
A little bit of a damage push by UBC, but UVic comes back. Really clean ball at the back there for Chris Gamage, giving to likely number 12 on a short line, trying to punch through and suck all those forwards in to stay so they can release. Another forward pod there. Good leg drive, busting through a tackle.
Both teams here doing an excellent job. Oh, and that kick is blocked.
Unclear what occurred, if they got it down or not. Referee Micheletti, time off, awaiting assistance from his assistant referees.
Trying to have a little peek here at what happened. Looks like a...
And it is a try.
Try is rewarded for a great effort to block that ball. Yeah, we'll see here on the Canadian Tire replay. Kick blocked here, and just number 7.
Let me guess. Owen Rutten for UBC. Also started at number 7 from Cobourg, Ontario in his 5th year.
And just when playing with these conditions, Marie and I were talking about how the snow plays in and factors into these, when you get off the ground, you actually don't want to put your hands down at all, so that you keep your hands nice and warm and not freezing those hands. So hopefully the snow won't be too much of a factor here.
Look at that. All those flakes going across the screen. 5-0 right now, UBC on a block kick, and then number 7, Owen Rutten, 6'3", 230. Science student involved with the Canada U20s national 15s team when he was the right age. UVic fired up now, coming up for that kickoff.
Kick unfortunately just wide of the post, so it'll stay. UBC will keep their 5-0 lead against UVic here on snowy Nixon Field in Kingston, Ontario.
Question about whether a block kick is a knock-on or not. It is not. Hence why they were able to score. UBC, there is a little bit of a drop just now, but it went backwards. UVic really tight on defense, probably smart given that UBC might be keeping it tight until they get their hands warmed up. Inside ball there, running at the post and pillar, as sometimes called, 1 and 2's defenders. Again, really tight defense. Gosh, can't blame the guys for having a little bit of bobbled balls this early in the game, and it's a penalty to UBC. Ruck was formed, hands were in. These teams meet each other a lot. I was speaking with Scott Manning, the UVic coach in his first year before the game, They're really fired up to get another crack at UBC, given that they lost to them in the regular season. UBC competition is just a regular season records determine who comes out here to the CUMRC championships. UBC beating UVic, and then UVic beating Trinity Western University, their first year in the competition here. Varsity program run by Andy Evans.
A nice line out here for UBC. And unfortunately, I think the ball was not straight, so we will have a option for UVic. So UVic has option whether or not they want to scrum or take a line out here.
Smart decision, given they had a stable platform before. We don't kind of keep everybody in suspense when it comes to the Carson family. They're confirmed 3 brothers on the team. I believe it's Donald, Frank, and Hilliard. And then the other individuals, David and Jack, cousins. There was 5 or 6 brothers that played for UBC in the 1970s. I had a chance to have a beverage with Donald Carson Sr. last night.
And
here we go, UVic, nice inside line pop to 12 right after a stable scrum. Chris Gamage right there going to forwards, coming around a corner, straight arm, not having it. That forward runner not allowing the inside center to tackle him cleanly.
And no surprise there, number 8 from UVic, another Carson. That's Nick Carson there for UVic. Great runner and great power for this UVic squad.
Micheletti playing advantage there, not gained. So UVic coming back. Looks like it's going to be about the 42-meter line. Do we go for goal? Turns out number 10 has an excellent mullet underneath his scrum cap, which we saw when he got player of the game in the semifinal.
Yeah, for those that have been with us all day, we are keeping track of the excellent hairstyles and facial hair that's coming out of this tournament for the month of November.
That number 10, Gabe Casey, he's from Ottawa. I'm sure he has some family here. 4th year business student, 6'3" at 10. And the mall, there's a whistle.
Yeah, unfortunately both teams having a lot of troubles here with their lineouts. Snow and wind, like weather playing a factor here while they're trying to throw this ball in, unfortunately. Having to reset some of the set piece. At least you can see the mark with the snow on the ground.
In regular season play, UBC beat UVic 22-7.
Yeah, look at the teams trying to get the snow out from in between their studs to have a nice clean drive.
UBC front row at hooker, Jacob Bossy started the last game as well. And on the left, Connor Sampson and Bryce Warden supporting props. Lots of inside lines off that scrum. We've seen UVic do it. Now UBC doing it. Long runner, inside support from number 13. UVic is there to make the tackle, Noah Bain.
Great work by Noah Bain there to retreat back. And
UBC knocking at the door. Whistle.
Ball might be held up. As you may know, we see what you see. We are nice and toasty in Kingston Hall right beside the pitch, but we are looking at the same screen that you're looking at. So ball was held up, and UVic has an opportunity here to have a goal line dropout. One of the new rules that was changed here from World Rugby, rewarding the defensive team for holding up try.
Murdoch Casey letting us know that number 10 on UVic, Gabe Casey, has not washed his scrum cap since high school. Thank you for that pro tip. UBC here, a little bit of a bobbled ball. UVic right on it. Good clean out by the UVC forwards, and then a pick and go and a big tackle by number 5, UVic. Algan Lade from Calgary, Alberta.
Well done. Great defensive effort here by UVic, cutting off that pass. Oh, and a nice tackle there by Nick Carson. Messy breakdown and forcing that knock on. Well done by UVic. It's Great
Lots of high
defensive.
fives all around.
Yeah, great defensive effort by UVic, being able to hold up a scrum, nice distance with that goal line dropout, and now trying to build some phases and get back into the UBC zone.
Front row for UVic. Prop Carter White, number 2, who's excellent in the semifinal, supported by Spencer Cooper and Devin Fatt.
Opposite to them on UBC, Connor Sampson, Jacob Bossy, and Bryce Warden.
Chris Gamage putting the ball in. Probably one of the most stable scrums we've seen, these two partners versus on the 4th game. We've had lots of instability before. Ball's available. Chris trying to draw a penalty, doing a good job talking to the referee. Good job by the young number 9, as I mentioned. Calgary Saints came through the AJ program. I'm sure there's lots of Saints right now watching online, including his parents, who have been incredible supporters of the Calgary Saints program.
Yeah, so awesome to see those young players develop and grow into really exceptional rugby players, and really the players to watch here in this tournament.
Carter White throwing in. Great quick throw, back ball, love to see it.
And UVic hitting up in the middle, but looking for this boom side, trying to catch some defenders. Looks like footing seems to be a little bit slippery here. Oh, and UBC doing a great job.
9 on 9 there.
Yeah, around that point of contact. And
Number 1 fighting to the ground, trying to get out of the tackle, so the tackler has to release, and they do so successfully. Tip ball in the middle of the field.
Yeah, well done by UVic to get behind that shooting defender. That's always such a tricky thing to do. Oh, a nice little chippy poo through. But unfortunately for UBC, UVic was playing advantage there. I think advantage to offside. So we'll see what UVic chooses to do here. You see in the screen, number 13 of UVic. Jonas Robinson has been such an amazing player in this tournament. We'll be saying his name a lot in this championship game as these two BC teams fight and battle for gold.
Yeah, Jonas is in his 4th year taking anthropology. 5'8", can play in the centers or on the wing. Gabe Casey taking right-footed kick down the line. Looks like it's past the 22 if we can see the line. Just before it. If anybody has any snow jokes, we will take them all day.
UVic looking for a 5 or a full lineup here. Oh, but unfortunately.
Oh. Unfortunate.
The eager beaver trying to tap that mark through and knocks on that ball.
Free kick. Negated, therefore going to a scrum. I think it might have been numbers why they got the free kick.
Yeah, I think so.
My gosh. Got a feel for these young gentlemen playing in this weather. You can see the eyes squinting, trying to avoid snow getting in. 2 flankers on this side, Zarya Djokovic for UBC.
And Don Carson there for UVic.
Should have just taken a guess that it was a Carson.
Yeah. Flip of a coin, really.
Small advantage to UBC, I think, for a knock-on.
Well done. Great defense here by UVic, driving that defender into touch. As you'll always say, the best defender on the field is the 16th white line.
That white line. Mount Royal University Cougars men's rugby team knows it well. Say that a lot to them. Lots of room to play the ball with UBC. They opt to go directly into a defender, number 13, Captain Jonas Robinson, making an easy tackle. Pick and go from UBC. Would be interesting to see how much they talked about a game plan in these conditions.
Yeah, something that we really like to see with UBC is how diverse they are with their attack, and they're able to be so unpredictable, so hard to defend. So hopefully we'll see more of that unpredictability here as UBC starts to have more attacking phases here. But we have a UVic ball here, 5-man line out.
Walking in, trying to catch UBC off guard by just going up quickly. No problem for UBC on that steal. 8 was very quick on the jump. 2 supporters running down the middle of the field.
Alfie Scopes there with that steal for UBC. Oh, but a big breakdown there by UVic, forcing that scrum half as he's picking up the ball to knock that ball on.
And again, Captain Jonas Robinson for the Victoria Vikes in there on that hit, playing way above his weight.
He's got some pretty shifty feet here. He's can do it all.
Those flankers again, Donald Carson playing on that number 6 jersey, Zarya Djokovic for UVic. Zarya spent some time at the Mount Royal University, our 15s and 7 season. Very supportive rugby family. Ball's out at the back. Jack Carson is on it. Chip ahead. Oh, you can see players cannot get full speed when they can't get full traction on the ground.
But well done to UVic for maintaining possession there. And oh, I think we have got a penalty here for UVic.
You have to think that the referee, Micheletti, is going to start having conversations with UBC. There's been multiple penalties in a row, although they've been for different items. Needs to take control of this game. Gabe Casey going to be kicking in the corner, going back to the UVic line out.
Yeah, lots of cards been handed out today for these final games. You know, the referees really biting down on some of this behavior. So
Carter White ready to throw in the ball for UVic. Options at the back. Great three
wonderful
ball at the back, brought down to Chris Gamage. And then getting an opening on the outside, in and out ball. Tackle is made. Opportunity for a quick ruck here as players are going in over. It's slowed down.
Oh,
and UBC steals it, holding on. Sometimes that first time you get tackled, you just need to go down when you start squirming and getting up and running again.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ethan Hager a little isolated, and just UBC winning that race to that point of contact and able to clamp down, get that poach, survive the initial hit, and come out with that ball. UBC throw in here. Nice ball to number 8, Alfie Scopes. UBC looking to launch their very unpredictable attack, but UVic doing a really good job slowing down their momentum. Not a lot of UBC players here attacking at pace and opting.
Somebody lost a jersey.
Oh.
Cover your eyes. Getting the jersey back on here. Oh, but a hockey style, putting the jersey over the head. This is not the weather I would want that happen to me.
Absolutely. So I think that ball went straight out of bounds, so we'll have a UVic line out from where that kicker was. And
no, Bane Chapman. It seems like there was an intentional knock on again. Another penalty for UVic, and time is off.
We'll see referee here potentially reaching into his pocket for a repeated infringement at this level, and for these players, third game of the tournament. You know, you should know better here, but lucky to come away without a card.
Enormous amount of comments about how much players on each team can eat. Nathan Yu, lots of chatter about him and the size of an omelet that he can eat in one bite. Gotta love that friendly banter that occurs in the chat on YouTube. Everybody trying to keep it civil. We all know how emotions can run hot, especially with UVic and UBC that meet each other so often and have an incredible rivalry between the two schools.
I couldn't even imagine the Carson family holiday dinners.
That turkey must be the biggest ever, or multiple turkeys perhaps.
Yes, a whole herd of turkeys.
Herd of turkeys.
Here we go, UVic walking in, going for that nice three ball. Oh, great steal.
UBC has UVic's number in the line out. This is going to be a big problem for UVic all day if they cannot secure their own line out. Everybody staying nice and tight. offensively and defensively here. Kick to come. Impressive they can still get distance on a frozen ball. Gabe Casey with the sliding pickup. A little bit of skeleton action there. Good footwork by number 15, finding some space, going to his supporters. Chris Gamage right there, able to play the ball quickly and go for a little scoot.
And just getting ragdolled around there a little bit at the point of contact. UBC saying, no, oh, dude, do not try that again.
Gotta love when 9 goes into contact and somebody else is there to make that pass.
Yeah.
Another penalty, time off, and it's to the pocket right away. 13, I believe, is the offender. Dakota McMullen from Surrey, BC in his first year. 6 foot 180 art student. 7 minutes. 7 minutes in the bin.
Yeah, lots of questions about whether or not this final is 80 minutes or 60 minutes. So the final is 60 minutes. Just for our viewers watching at home, meaning that a normal 10-minute sin bin is 7 minutes.
Really got to take care of player safety when you're doing 3 games in 5 days.
Against the best teams in the country, definitely tough. Oh, great line out here for UVic.
Finally able to get that to work. A little bit more movement and fakes to secure that line out. Number 4 going for a run. Get off me.
I know, it's so you can see them trying to have footwork before contact, but it's so slippery out on that pitch.
Zara Jirakovic doing a good job of holding, and he didn't quite hold on to the ball. Looked like he was able to avoid the strip. UBC stripping it, electing not to go 2 passes away, just keeping it nice and tight given the conditions.
Yeah, and being in your own end zone, you know, trying to just secure possession, build a nice stable platform for this kick to come. And 14 from UVic, Noah Bain here with an attack. UVic maintaining possession through a bit of a messy breakdown here, but Ethan Hager holding on and scooting through here.
Nice little backflip on the ground. Getting confirmation here that Dakota is currently injured, so not wearing the 13 jersey. There's been an update to the rosters.
Oh, well done to Nick Carson here, number 8, big man. Well done for him. Excellent work. And UVic starting to build these phases, trying to catch UBC off guard, going quick. And we have a UBC player diving in at that point of contact, hands touching that ground.
And another breakdown penalty.
Yeah. There are definitely certain pictures that referees are looking for around those breakdowns, one of them being hands on the ground. So as soon as referee sees that picture, he's going to blow that whistle.
Thank you to our YouTube viewers correcting us that landed Clarinomos is playing at 13. Dakota McMullen injured. Now have to find out who's playing at 14. Would appreciate your help there. First attempt at goal for Chris Gamage today. Calgary is cheering for the young kid.
Yeah, kicking in these conditions, you know, snow's coming left to right, so kicking into the wind, but that's a great strike. Oh, and unfortunately the flag stayed down, but great attempt here by Chris Gamage.
Right idea by UVic as they've gone into the UBC half, and then even though it felt like they had momentum, couldn't quite get away. Not a bad idea trying to get a penalty goal for 3 points. Big dropout kick in the snow. Gabe Casey letting it bounce, tiptoeing the sideline and touched that white line.
So hard to see that line now on the sideline, so it's hard from our perspective for sure, but you know, with AR standing right there, he's got the best view. We'll probably see the snow blower coming out here at halftime to blow off the lines again. Well, great lineup here for UBC. Great maul forming. And that's going nowhere, so UBC looking to hit up their centers.
Both teams hitting that number 12 on that inside line, trying to find a gap, half gap, cause two individuals to tackle them.
And building some phases here with UVic. And great continuity by UBC. They play so fast and so creatively. They have a very exciting attack structure.
Was really impressed with them in the semifinal.
Oh,
and Noah Bain with
so
the
close.
intercept. But unfortunately, looked like it. I think he wasn't able to hold on, not sure, or maybe a previous penalty going back for the advantage.
Oh, yes.
Going for points.
So hard to make sure you have that nice spot on the field for that plant kick. See number 10 here, Max Abercrombie, trying to create a nice spot for himself to kick.
He's a first-year kinesiology student. He's one of the changes for UBC in this final matchup from the semifinal. Himself at 10. And then a couple of changes with wingers and centers moving to wing, but he's the individual that's come off the bench and getting that starting number 10 spot. Daniel Cohen moving to 12. I feel like I have to be quiet during his kick to pay the respect that he deserves. Crowd doing a really good job too of respecting the kicker, and it's good.
So UBC extending their lead here, 8-0 over UVic. Feeling like we're in a snow globe, a little winter wonderland here on Nixon Field.
Absolutely.
As our photographer said, though, it does lead to really good pictures, so.
Absolutely. Pictures to be cherished forever. Number 11 kicking off for UVic after that penalty kick. Ethan Hager from Brantford, Ontario in his 5th year. Good tackle made there. Quick ball. A runner. They really like attacking that channel right near the ruck, maybe, post pillar, running that inside line so then they can go back and get a kick.
Nice strong kick there by Max Abercrombie. We have Gabe Casey fielding this kick. Looking for some friends here as the counterattack ensues. Oh, and here we go. Jonas Robinson, fun player with the ball in hand, that's for sure. Oh, well, unfortunately.
Micheletti had his hand out though, going back for the advantage. True rugby legend Steph White watching on the YouTube channel.
Oh, Steph
Rugby
White.
Canada Hall of Famer and life member, former Rugby Canada board member, and first Rugby Canada captain in 1987 in their first test.
A living legend.
Absolutely.
We have here UVic. Hopefully looking for that 3 ball again. They've had lots of success in the back of that lineup, so.
Yeah, Ogunlade at the back of the lineup has been very successful. Unfortunately, a miscommunication there, but Chris Gamage picks it up quite cleanly on the ground, is able to go down quickly, but penalty the other way. UBC now, opportunity to relieve the pressure. Inching towards 1,000 people watching from YouTube. Also have lots of folks on the Rugby Network. A reminder, this championship is not U Sports sanctioned yet. It is run by the Canadian University Men's Rugby Championship Board. UBC getting ready here to throw in the line out. Just over halfway.
Oh, unfortunately, ball is not straight in this line out. And Canadian Rugby University Championships so fortunate to have so many wonderful sponsors here, such as Lougheed Wealth Management and For the Love of the Game.
We're going to be joined by Dave Lougheed at halftime. Talk about his foundation. Big contributor to rugby in Calgary, here in Ontario as a Queen's alumni as well. Just under 2 minutes here to play as half. Gotta hope that snow stops going. The lines are starting to disappear on the field. Can see UBC perfectly ready on that left-hand side of your field. They're gonna come up flying on defense.
Well, it looks like UVic changing a bit of their structure here with their backs as Robinson moves to first receiver here. But big scrum here by UBC, and UVic not able to launch their attack, so we'll see how UVic holds on here. And
Gabe Casey's big boot making an appearance again, easily taken by the UBC back three, well positioned.
Great job for UBC getting in positive positions here to help field some of these kicks.
Both teams doing a really good job playing to the conditions. No 50-50 passes. Little commentators curse. Apologies to number 4 from UBC, Frank Carson. Little pass there, just a little low from Jack Carson.
Yeah, sorry, bud.
I think time has stopped. Looks like there's an injury on the field. Number 3, tight head prop for UBC. Bryce Warden from St. John, New Brunswick, in his second year.
Unfortunate part of the snow, you can tell it's packing snow. Look at the bottom of everybody's cleats. Look completely all filled in there. Makes it for really slippery conditions, and I'm sure their feet must be freezing.
Absolutely, you need those little hot paws
yeah.
in your feet. No judgment if any players have hot paws in their pockets or in their shoes right now.
Wow.
You would not see me with my socks down in weather like this, let me tell you. Socks pulled up all the way up to the knees. Players just chit-chatting. UVic trying to get refocus. They've had some opportunities, but just haven't been able to convert and continue to put phases together. UBC doing a good job of putting a lot of pressure on them, coming up hard on defense. See how this scrum goes. UBC slightly has the edge at scrum time, pushing UVic back. UVic still managing to get the ball out of the back of the scrum, so credit to their tight 5 and back row.
We'll see what UVic does here with the center scrum. Center scrum's always great because you have lots of options, but ball gets bobbled out of here, and unfortunate ball is knocked on here by Nick Carson. So we'll have a scrum for UBC. And some
players know each other, lots of history between these two squads.
And cool heads prevail as both sides trying to diffuse the situation, knowing that it's not worth it and that we're here to play some really good rugby.
Technical director for the tournament is Daveen Burton, involved with West Shore, heavily involved with the Howlers. Great supporter of the game.
So UBC with this center scrum, lots of UVic gold jerseys kind of on this the far side of the field, so we'll see where UVic opts to, or UBC opts to attack here. I suspect they'll be going right, but we all know UBC is so unpredictable in their attack, so we'll see.
Lots of depth for the backs off the back of the scrum, giving themselves lots of time.
Oh, UBC going left, and great pace at the line here by that attacking launch, and continuing to try to get the edge, using the entire width of the field here.
We saw them against Queens going back and forth.
Oh, and
Edge to
unfortunately,
edge and a knock on there. Chris Gamage going back to the blind side. A little bit of a scoot, then a pop. Good contact, quick ruck, ball's available. And unfortunately that tip pass just slipped out of that individual's hands. A knock on, no advantage, knock knock. Micheletti is gonna call for halftime. Stay with us for halftime. As I mentioned, we're gonna be speaking with Dave Lougheed. It is 8 UBC, 0 to UVic in these very snowy conditions. This match is brought to you by For the Love of the Game. Don't forget to go get some refreshments at the Langara pub on site. Both teams heading straight into the tents. Not surprising, trying to get some warmth. Referees as well. Thank you for listening. We are just on the YouTube channel, almost at 1,000. Get your friends to join. More on the Rugby Network as well. Very pleased to be joined now with Dave Lougheed on the mic. Fellow, well, Calgarian with me in Calgary now, originally from Ontario. Went to Queen's University and Queen's alumni. 4 Rugby World Cups under his belt. Great supporter of the game. Dave, happy to have you here.
Great to be here, and it's been just a great tournament all week. You know, lots of good competition and some great rivalries shaping up at the end. Queen's Guelph, UVic, UBC to finish it off. So, but challenging conditions, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Dave, you're here, a huge supporter of the game through Lougheed Wealth Management, Raymond James, through For the Love of the Game. What do you want to talk about first? Talk about your foundation For the Love of the Game.
Sure, it's you know, I call it my positive distraction. We just try and provide exceptional experiences for our top talent or top potential talent. So recent tests, we had Brock Webster, Tyler Rowland, Siaki, you know, all alumni of the program. We've got Will Purcellier and Tyler DeGood over in France. So you know, what we try and do is send them to experiences that will kind of allow them to benchmark themselves against some of their peers around the world. So down in New Zealand into the High Performance Academy, and just you know, give them that next level of experience. So it's been great, and you know, it's been working.
And I think, you know, I have to mention it, but you're also a great supporter of the women's game. So for those Love of the Game scholarships, women have also been recipients of there. So great stuff. Lougheed Wealth Management by Raymond James, the presenting sponsor for this tournament. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, it just aligns so well with kind of our corporate culture, and you know, we're here at the university. You've got the student athletes, future leaders, you know, great community. You know, I always say, you know, soccer's a global game, but rugby connects the world, and it's really, you know, allowing us to bring all the universities together into a format that gives them some better competition, some great rivalries, and build to the future as we, you know, come out of where we are right now to get everything going with rugby back on track in Canada.
Absolutely. With close to 1,000 people watching on YouTube and more on the Rugby Network, what message, as somebody who's so ingrained in rugby at all levels, what message do you want to give to our viewers about rugby in Canada and where we can take our sport?
Yeah, it's up for us to create our own reality. You know, we're at a point now, and really it's about coming together as a community, you know, moving forward. It's what's our vision moving forward, not where we've come from or why we're here. And we've been dealt the cards. Our players are great players, and we forget that the rest of the world is getting, you know, good as well, and they're getting competition. So, but we do have an opportunity. These kids right here, call them kids, but student athletes, you know, looking out to 2027, you know, assuming we can qualify back through that. This is, you know, these athletes are going to be the core of our team. So we've got to embrace our best talent at this age, work with them, nurture them, and continue to attract the best athletes we can to our sport across the country.
Absolutely. And on that note, the U18 coach Mike Curran, U20 coach Jeff Williams, and Pride Academy coach Phil Mack were here this week watching in person. So important to have that representation, to be able to see players live and also talk to them. You know, that culture of rugby is so important. Any final words from you?
Yeah, just to the people watching, you know, there's athletes out there that we can use in rugby, and whether they're coming from basketball, football, volleyball. Tyler Ardron, you know, ex-volleyball player, goes on to play in some of the best leagues in the world. You know, we need those athletes, and we've got a nurture our own and attract new talent and new fans and new spectators. And it's great to see on a cold day in Kingston with 3 inches of snow on the field. You know, the crowd on the sideline, which you can't see on screen, but they're there, and it's fantastic to have.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dave, for joining us. Thank you for being such a great supporter of the games through Lougheed Wealth Management. Raymond James is this presenting sponsor, and of course through your foundation for the love of the game. Thank you so much, and safe travels back to Calgary.
Great, Maria. Thank you.
And welcome back to this Canadian University Men's Rugby Championship presented by Lougheed Wealth Management. The championship gold medal game here. UVic, score of 0. UBC, score of 8. And we have number 13 here directing traffic a little bit as Chris Gamage distributing this ball at the back of the breakdown. Oh, a nice pull ball there. Oh, and a nice kick. Does it go to hand? Oh, so close,
and
yes!
it does! UVic Wanger running onto the ball. Good job by Gabe Casey, but they go into touch.
Oh, unfortunately, so close for Ethan Hager there. You can see halftime, the field lines being blown by the volunteers and workers here at Queen, so
which is amazing. The staff and volunteers here have been absolutely incredible. Lots of students helping out in the audio visual.
And UBC launching here.
Again, that 12 runner staying nice and tight, trying to set up a few forward runners. Gotta wish the conditions were better to see that free-flowing rugby, that both teams doing a relatively good job at playing to the conditions, keeping the ball tight.
And great job by UBC here driving through contact, putting UVic on their hind foot.
Little sneak there, looks like, by Jack Carson, and then a little flick pass. Ball just behind, but it still goes to hand. No big deal to sub number 18 coming on for UBC, Nate Bice. Spinning out of the tackle, lots of support.
As 13 is heading down.
Landon Clearanamos supported by number 14. Number 2 there to pick and go close to the line. Trying to hold the ball up, UVic. Everybody needs to get back to their feet, play some defense again, going for the pick and go again. Noah Bain right in there. Try given, 13-0. UVic not happy. Helping Noah Bain up, the winger who was right there on the right spot. Unfortunately couldn't keep number 8 from UBC off the line, Alfie Scopes. Here comes the replay. Big pickup. Noah Bain a little bit high in contact. Zaria trying to help him out.
And Scopes just placing that ball down.
As we're going for the kick, we talked in the last game about there's numerous board members on the Canadian University Men's Rugby Championship board, volunteer organization that started this championship. Mike Holmes and Jeff Chan, critical in starting this in 2017 in order to make men's rugby a U sport. Our application is in, not quite sanctioned yet. The board is composed of Malency Wainwright, Ray Barkwell, Stefana Mel, Sean Scott, Gareth Rees, Bill Webb, David Butcher, Robin DeBrio, Jeff Chen, Mike Holmes, and myself.
And Max Abercrombie just wide with that kick. It's a great strike. But unfortunately just to the right of the post there. And Ethan Hager to restart, hoping that UVic can have a little bit more success here. They've been doing lots of really great things all around the field, but unfortunately just not getting rewarded.
UVic trying to go deep, likely wanted to force UBC to make an error in their own end. Big runner allowed to get lots of distance. Tackle made by number 1, big prop moving down the field on that kickoff. Again, those one-off runners and then going back for the kick. Big right-footed kick to the middle of the pitch. Chris Gamage there, good pickup, great positioning by the 9. And a little chip kick, trying to find some space, bouncing, and it goes out. UBC line out.
I think Chris Gamage was kind of trying to figure out where he was on the pitch there as he was making that kick. We have Jacob Bossy throwing this ball in for UBC. UBC so dominant in lineouts for this game.
We've had a dominant set piece throughout this whole tournament, going up easily at the front. Zurkovic, I think that's him, was ending up sitting on top. No, that was another player that ended up sitting on top. Short runner again. We've seen this play a lot. Number 12 running that inside line and then going back blind. Lots of pressure on Jack Carson there. Little pick and go.
Oh, and unfortunately, UBC taking that ball right into their own player, so.
Going back for advantage.
Yeah, looks like it.
25 minutes left in this half. 13-0 UBC.
In this winter wonderland.
Appreciate those tuning in. Going worldwide.
Almost at 1,000 viewers here on our live stream with the Queen's Gaels.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Up at the front, UVic steals the line out, but then it's bobbled and goes back to UBC.
And UBC taken out of bounds here into touch, so it will be UVic. Carter White throwing this ball in.
UVic sideline incredibly happy about that tackle into touch. Line out down to Chris Gamage and he slips, unable to recover the ball. He's on top of it. Hopefully, yep, they can. They were able to secure it, move those bodies out of the way, and knocked on UBC now. Lots of space to play the ball. Gabe Casey back there, and it's a double knock, so it's going to come back for a scrum.
You can see it's a bit of a slip and slide out here on the field. You can see lots of players losing their footing. So hard to play in these conditions. So much snow within their cleats.
Nice information tidbit from YouTube that this is a world-class university rugby tournament. You bet it is. And that in 2019, UBC was beaten by only 3 points by the New Zealand University champions and 5 points to Bordeaux in the club champions, the club university championships. Pretty cool stuff to be able to be watching these athletes, some of them currently involved in the national setups, some future national team members, and most importantly, a whole bunch of rugby lifers. Scrum to UBC, easily taken at the back, and again, that short ball, keeping it tight. Chris Gamage coming in to have to make the tackle. Out of one tackle, pick and go from number 7.
And UBC continuing to pick and go towards the goal line. And not quite there yet.
And they hit that blade of grass. They are in. Number 7 had the ball in his hands. UBC now up. Owen Ratton.
Well done to UBC.
50-year from Cobourg, Ontario.
here. So close on that first initial hit, but
6'3", 230. Hard to stop that near the line. He's in science. Was involved with the Canada U20 National 15s team. Max Abercrombie getting ready for the kick right in front.
Seeing some sponsors on UBC jerseys for in regular U Sport competition. Not allowed to have sponsors on jerseys, but as this is not a U Sport sanctioned event and men's rugby is not U Sport sanctioned, they are allowed to have sponsors on their jerseys.
Really lucky for UBC and UVic, essentially running varsity programs similar to a few universities in Ontario. Other universities across the country completely self-funded, either through sponsorship or donations. Can definitely see the impact that that is having. BC and Ontario being hotbeds for rugby in Canada, and that's slowly spreading across the country as more universities are getting involved and more universities are getting exposure to this championship, as we saw with Dalhousie, Calgary, and RMC.
Pretty awesome, all the universities that donated to get Calgary here at this national championship. That's pretty special.
Absolutely, $750 from the Prairies University conference teams. I think it was number 8. The ball just went through his hand, so it's UVic line out. Very well done on line out. Well set up in a maul. Be interesting if they can get any footing because UBC is pushing them back. Ball going out. I think that's Carter White.
Yep, with that beautiful haircut.
Yeah, he's got a good one.
Oh, and big tackle here. I think this is this Carson on Carson? Oh, and UVic just trying to establish a little bit of structure here. Get some go forward play. Hoping to get some points on the board here as UBC leads UVic 20-0.
That try scorer number 7 making a big tackle on UVic. Gabe Casey knocking on the ball, but then it was penalty advantage, so it's going back. Micheletti doing a really good job controlling the game. Gained control early when UBC was penalized numerous times in a row. Tap and go from Chris Gamage to number 4, running into 2 UBC players, now a third. Ball's available, nice and quick, going back to the left. Long ball, probably one of the longest 9 to first receiver passes we've seen all game given the conditions, but it's gotten away from him in contact.
Yeah, well done to UBC for bouncing on that scrambled ball, and I think we have an injury here.
Time is off.
Hopefully it's not shoulder dislocated.
Therapists so important in these games. Constantly walking up and down the sidelines, have to pay very close attention so they understand the mechanism of injury, especially during serious injuries. Credit to all the therapists for each team for probably working tirelessly. We know who the physio is for UBC, Lisa Ruggles.
Yeah, so important. I know all of the rugby players out there knowing how crucial athletic therapy staff is and how they allow you to keep playing through injury and just try to bandage you up as best they can. Oh, look at the supporters here.
Good for them. Rain, snow.
Braving this cold weather.
Absolutely amazing. How is that individual on their camera without gloves?
Yep.
Their phone.
Beautiful day to have a nice little Bailey's in your coffee watching some good rugby.
Absolutely.
We'll do a little special shout out here to anyone that brings us some special beverages.
Maybe not allowed. Here we are in Kingston Hall.
Yeah,
lots of fun in the booth. Players just refocusing, grabbing some water. UVic clapping that individual off. Great sportsmanlike. Not sure if they got up or not. A sub for number 1. Excellent scrummaging and line out work from number 1, Connor Sampson. Not a bad last name either from Vancouver, BC. 5th year. kinesiology student. Congratulations to him if this is his last year with UBC. Be nice to cap it off with a championship. 20-0 right now, 18.5 minutes left to go. Scrum to UBC, just inside the 22-meter line.
Oh, and so unfortunate. I think that you got to blame that one on the conditions here. You can see so much snow on the field. It's so hard to get that drive from our Type 5 from both sides. So I think we'll try to reset, reload, dig some of the snow out of the boots. And
UVic's back row that we can see right here, number 8, Nick Carson, in his 4th year. We've already talked about Zarya Djokovic.
and number 6 there, Donnie Carson. Oh, sorry, 7, Nathan Yu.
Nathan Yu, the big eater, as we've seen in the YouTube chat. Also got a funny comment that the crowd pan was the most Canadian crowd pan they've ever seen. Completely accurate.
So UVic here, scrum, just on the 22-meter line. Hoping to hold on here.
Big push by UBC, but clean ball at the back going to 13. Nice run by number 13, the captain. Jonas Robinson sliding in. I think he got it down, and he did. Noah Bain right there. Zarya Djokovic too, cheering him on. Great for the captain from Victoria. 5'8", playing above his height and weight. Great job, Canadian Tire replay coming up.
Oh, look at that feet there, fending off that first tackle, just driving to that line, so strong.
Amazing job.
Grounding that ball, well done.
Good support from Noah Bain as well, and a little bit of blood. How's that for a rugby player? UVic therapist on point.
And Chris Gamage here, trying to add 2 points.
Individuals might have noticed Dave Brown on the jersey of UBC. Dave Brown tragically died in the last few years, and UBC wears his name as a commemoration. Chris Gamage, looks like the kick is good. Great kick.
Wonderful work here by Chris Gamage. Oh, look at this replay here.
Way to go, Jonas Robinson. Get on it. Good job.
Yes.
Love to see that.
So UVic within 13 points of UBC here.
2 converted tries. It can be done. UBC elects to go high and recovered by number 22, Austin Pinwell.
Well done. It's an excellent kick and an excellent recovery here. I think we have a knock-on from that first receiver, and we will have a scrum to UVic.
And apologies, number 22 was Killick Saxer from North Vancouver, BC, first year. What a great take by Killick. First year art student, 5'9", 160.
So hopefully UVic will have some more success from this scrum. As you just saw, they just scored launching from a scrum. So, and unfortunately.
Scrum goes straight down, whistled up. Both teams losing their feet, therefore the ref is going to give it back to UVic. Gosh.
Yeah, so tough for these athletes trying to get some stable ground.
22, Connor Byron. Another change seems from the roster that we got thank you to those who are correcting us. We only can go off what we've been given. Appreciate you guys paying attention and providing that info to us. 8-man at the back has the ball going to Chris Gamage. Oh, Jonas Robinson, the try scorer, knocks it on. Thought he was going to go for another run. Little pop up to Jack Carson, who takes it in.
Well done to UBC for keeping that ball in play. And oh, another bobble here. So we'll probably have a initially from that knock on from Robinson here.
So that player before number 22, Connor Byron, with that nice catch off the kickoff. He's actually a fourth-year geography student from Abbotsford. Lots of Abbotsford Rugby Club supporters supporting him, watching.
And Jack Carson with this feed.
Jack Carson trying to find
some footing
trying
there.
to find some footing, a little bit of speed. Really hard for these athletes to do footwork before contact. Something that coaches work on so much.
Oh, and here we are for UBC.
Jack Carson having to go in. Somebody else going to play 9. They might pick and go. Number 2 is there. Yep, pick and go to the right side of the field, getting closer to the posts.
And Jack Carson looking to load up another forward pack. And sending it out to the backs here. But great pressure here by UVic, forcing that ball carrier to just take the ball himself.
Cut back inside. Right in front of the post, so they have options both ways. Great forward leg drive from UBC, and then a quick pick and go. Another one coming off to the right side, right in front of the post still. Lots of support there, trying to drive, get those UVic tacklers off.
And a little bit of questionable behavior after the play.
Yeah, Jack Carson there again. Didn't want to make that pass. Saw that a couple times with Max Abercrombie as well in a previous phase. Nobody there.
Just a slip and slide before this try line.
UBC success with their pick and go, continuing to attack. What's our phase counter at, Lauren?
I know.
Who's counting the phases? Good defense from there from UVic, getting under the ball and pushing them back, and a try.
Try
see
for
those
UBC.
UVic bodies down on the ground.
Yes. Wow.
Need to get that number. My guess is it's a Carson taking a shot in the dark here. Number 8, of course.
Oh, number
No.
8, Alfie Scopes.
Alfie Scopes.
Second try of the game for our Alfie.
Great play by Alfie. Really good job there in those pick and goes. He's been strong around the pitch.
Great job at the back of those scrums as well. And yeah, we'll see here.
Oh, good reach.
Good reach there.
Nothing those UVic players could do at that point. 2 backs trying to get in there against Alfie Scopes. Let's see if we have his stats. Don't have his stats on how big of a man he is, but certainly big guy, showing lots of strength on the pitch today. Apparently perhaps the nickname the Hitman. Officially over 1,000 viewers on YouTube. We've made it big. Also thank you to the Rugby Network, also broadcasting the game.
And Max Abercrombie adding 2 more points here for this UBC lead. As Ethan Hager kicking off from that last try.
Again, going for the long kickoff. Trying to put UBC under pressure, but haven't been successful with that tactic much yet, unless they can force a turnover. A few subs coming in for UBC as well.
Great kick there by Abercrombie. Ball bobbling here for... Oh,
and a big tackle by the sub.
It's Evan Norris there with a big tackle. for UBC, number 23.
A little bit worried about our sub list on the UBC side, given that we've had a few corrections to date. Really hope that is Evan Norris, because that was a big tackle. Want to give credit where credit is due.
Yep, and if we are incorrect, feel free to give us the right name and we will make sure we give lots of shout outs.
And finding out now, thank you for those stats, Max Radcliffe. Alfie is 6'5", 250.
Whew.
That is a unit.
Big boy.
I believe he might be off the field now. Looks like a sub has come in who's playing 8-man, unless Alfie has moved to the other side of the scrum. Chris Gamage getting ready to put the ball in.
Oh, and thank you to our viewers. That's Ethan Barry with that big tackle at number 23. Thank you so much for everybody helping us out. Really appreciate it. Oh, and Abercrombie, a nice little, Matt Persillier. It's a nice little chip through, but unfortunately, not too sure what's going on. I think we're playing advantage here for UBC, and we'll go back to that mark.
Players seem to be starting to move a little bit slower now on both sides.
Oh, absolutely. This is the hardest part of the tournament. Last under 10 minutes to go here. You know, they've already been playing 2 full games in 6 days. So grueling on the body. This is where you really feel your legs, and especially in these conditions. And UBC here just trying to run out this clock, looking for maybe going for a shot at goal. I think they already called it. I think the decision is once you call a shot for goal, you have to take it.
Yeah, decision made. Running out of time. Good job, Jonas Robinson coming in, confirming with the referee. They did do a shot. They did call a shot at goal. He's had a great game.
Yeah, he's
Number
had a great
13,
tournament.
Jonas Robinson. Tough to be on what was right now the losing side of this, but still just under 6.5 minutes.
Yeah, Robinson really making his money with his fancy footwork, and unfortunately that's kind of taken away from him in these conditions, but still playing strong and making great decisions.
It would obviously be really hard to come back from a 20-4 deficit in 6 minutes in these types of conditions if you're not able to have free-flowing rugby. Good footwork there. Roll in the tackle, easily taken, pick and go. Oh, little pop pass to number 18, Ramos and Valdez, Nelson, BC.
Oh, great drive here from UBC, number 16.
Number 19, Isaac Kelly coming in as well. Noah Bain having to come up, trying to stop the pass. It got out to number 13 though, Landon.
Oh, and great
He's
job here.
Still going, knocks it on in the tackle, coming back, penalty advantage, trying to find the mark. Landon is covered in snow right now from that slide. Landed 5'10", 185, first year art student.
And really, really hard to see any green underneath that snow here.
They're absolutely going to be taking their time now, but they don't make touch. Chris Gamage is there. We've said his name a lot this game. Has also been incredible for UVic.
And UVic just trying to slow this ball down, create a stable structure to exit out of their own end. Looking for Gabe Casey back behind the breakdown, but
really hard to choose an individual standout from UBC right now. They've been so solid. Numbers 1 to 26. 15 doing a good job collecting and then using footwork to delay getting tackled so he has support. UVic electing to stay out of the ruck, just coming up on defense. You can see that defensive line speed because of the conditions. Hard to get off the line and come up hard. Worried that you might slip if somebody tries to cut. And UBC down the right-hand sideline. Number 11, I believe, has the ball.
oh, well done to UVic for Great defensive play there.
Ball is out, slid across the line. Isaac Kelly did a good job of being in support as well to number 11, Ryan Lescue, I believe is he was wearing. And a bloody nose and a bloody jersey for double try scorer, Owen Ratton. Three minutes and 20 seconds left. You gotta think that UBC has secured their third national championship, having won the first two, 2017, 2018, losing to UVic on a kick at the end in 2019, and here we are in 2021.
Oh, well done here. Driving to the line for UBC. Do they get the ball down or is it held up?
He's gonna go have a chat with AAR. Time is off. Micheletti doing a great job here, not calling it if he didn't see it. As a referee and as a player on the field, that's all you can ask for, that the referee calls what they see. He's going to have a chat with his assistant officials, ARs as they are called. I think he's coming back to give the penalty because he's walking with determination to the mark, and he is. That is absolutely the game now. No chance for UVic to come up. Few more minutes though to keep their heads held high. Interesting competition with the Coastal Cup. UVic playing UBC and TWU, as well as the Pride Academy. I believe it's a 6-team competition in the fall.
Pretty great to see such good competition for men's side in the Can West.
Looks like Isaac Kelly's mom is in our YouTube chat as well. Proud mama.
Hi, Mom.
Way to go. Very proud.
Abercrombie with the kick. He's hit one of these before, so see if he can do it again.
From the far right touch line, high, likely a little short, and it was. I think the direction was well. And of course, Jonas Robinson, so involved in this game, gets the ball. Lots of subs have been in UBC now. I'm assuming they've cleared the bench, giving everybody an opportunity. You can see them starting to hug it out on the sideline in the tent. They know they have this secured. Nice high kick from UVic. Doesn't go 10, bounces. Not the way you want to end a run in a national championship with an error. Hopefully still time for the scrum. About a minute left now. UVic obviously should be holding their heads high, making it to the final.
Absolutely. They've played really exciting rugby all week, and they've been such a pleasure to watch. Such a creative team. Seems like a really great group of guys out there, and definitely a solid showing here at this national championship.
Scott Manning before the game says his squad was excited to play. Wanted to make sure they got through that semi-final. No first-time jitters for Scott as his first year coaching after the legacy of Doug Tate. UBC getting through. Number 23, I believe. Ethan Barry, what a run. Subs getting on the score sheet.
Well done to UBC. That was a great launch there and great leg drive for Barry. Through all those points of contact. Can't be stopped.
Last try just now scored by Ethan Barry, number 23. Prior to that, I don't think we caught who scored the try before this one, which was a pick and go.
Well done to Barry. Look at this leg drive. Good footwork here.
2 in and outs, both successful. Gabe Casey chasing, just didn't have enough time. Looked like he was gaining ground on him. What a slide. Bet there's going to be photo finishes there. With a little bit of a dust up as he's sliding. Max Abercrombie, another kick for him. Flags are up. That is the game. UBC, Canadian University Men's Rugby Championships. Unbelievable job.
And really well done to UBC. What an outstanding tournament for this team. They've played so creative and under these really difficult conditions, been able to really play exciting rugby. And, you know, they've just been such an outstanding team this week.
Every single player on the pitch needs to keep their heads held high, win or lose. What an incredible show of